Hey, this is Mr. Jarson. This is homework help for September 18th, and we're taking a look at our work here. 2 pages, finding factors, and we're working with factors and multiples, and we worked on these today. So this is from number 1C, and it's asking you to list all the factors of 42. Factors are numbers that can be multiplied together to give me 42. So the kids shared with me the term rainbow, and I really like it because the way I find factors is as I know that one is a factor of every number. A number time one times itself is going to be two factors. So the first factor pairs one time, and I would list them as factor pairs. It's interesting. I'm hearing the kids' vocabulary, my vocabulary. It's a little bit different. They talk about as rainbow. So this is my first bend in the rainbow, part of the rainbow right here. And I'll just do the rainbow in red, 1 times 42. So the next thing I want to do, if the number is even, we know it's divisible by 2. So what times 2 is 42? Well, I know 2 times 20 is 40, so 2 times 21 is 42. So, and then here's another bend in my rainbow. And then next number I go to is 3, and I ask myself, is 42 divisible by 3? Well, this goes once. I have 1 left over, 12, and it's 14. So 3 times 14 is 42. And if I were to continue with this rainbow here, I would say boom and boom. Okay, let's go back to my blue. Okay, so next I'm going to ask, is 4 divisible by 42? And I can try it out. I'll give you a little clue. It's not. And how about 5? 5 is not divisible by 42. But what I do know, and knowing your multiplication times tables helps, I do know that 6 times 7 is 42. So now that I've hit this median part of the rainbow, I know I'm done. I got 7 here. So the factors of 42 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 14, 21, and 42. Okay, so that's C. Let's go on to the next problem we're going to work on. The next problem is going to involve multiples. So this is number 2. D as well. So multiples, I was always taught multiples are like counting by a number. Like if you're counting by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 4, 6, 8, 12, 14. They're all multiples of 2. So you're counting by it. Another way to think about it is groups of 4. This is one group of 4. Then I need 2 groups of 4. This is an X here. Sorry. Let me do this better here. 2 groups of 4. This is 3 groups. I'm sorry. Am I saying 4? 40. I need to be saying 42. 1 group of 42. So 1 times 42. 2 times 42. 3 times 42. 4 times 42. Or 1 group of 42, 2 groups of 42, 3 groups of 42, 4 groups of 42. So 42 times 2 is, that one's not so hard, 84. Let me write that legibly. And I think the way I'm going to write it legibly is by just going under here, 84. My pen's kind of thick. 84 plus 42 more, or 3 groups of 84 is 126. And 42 plus 126, or 4 groups of 42, or 42 times 4 is 168. So just like I count by 2s, let's see, can you count by 48? 42, 48, 126, 168, etc. All right. So let's go on to the third page. So here's the answer to D. And I think we're at the bottom. So Milo was talking to his sister about factors. He said he thinks even numbers always have more factors than any odd number. Lisa says she doesn't agree with him. Explain why you agree, who you agree with, and why. Well, if you have a number like 13, the only factor pair you have is 1 times 13. Any even number, you'll have more than that, like 12. Or let's do a simpler one. Let's just go like 8. You're going to have 1 and 8. You're also going to have 2 and 4. You'll always have the 1. If it's even, you'll always have the 2. But does that mean that all even numbers have more factors than odd numbers? Well, let's test that theory with a number like 27. So 27, we have 1 times 27 is 27. 2, it's not divisible by 2, but we do have 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, so it doesn't always hold true. So with smaller numbers, yeah, but not always. The only part of Milo I agree with is you do always have, a number times 1, and you'll have at least 2 factor pairs if it's even. But it doesn't hold true with all the numbers, as in the case with 42. So the next one, we'll be doing this a lot in middle school. What factors do 6 and 4 have in common? So the way to work this out, let's just do our rainbow for 6. 1 times 6. 6. Is 6 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. 2 times 3 is 6. How about 4? Well, it doesn't work for 4. So now let me do 4 in red. So we do have 1 times 4 is 4, and we have 2 times 2 is 4. So the factors that are common are 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. So the ones that they have in common are 1 and 2. Okay. So what are 2 multiples that 4 and 8 have in common? 2 multiples. So let's go ahead and write this out. So I could say 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I could keep going here. 28. So let's go by 8s here. So we have 8. We only need, so 1 is 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. So, I could have kept going with the 4s, but 28, 32. So I'm seeing definitely, 8. Let me use a different color. So we do have 8 here for both. So 1 is 8. So I only need 2. The next one would be 24. But they also have several more. So they have the 24. They also have the 32. And they also have 40, because we'll eventually get to 40 when we're counting by 4s here. And with 8, we got 40 here and 40 times 10. So we could say 40 as well. So there's a little help on number 7 as well. Good luck with these. And let me know if you need help. Bring your questions to class tomorrow.